the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all this, that dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies of the politicians. We need money, no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonya and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' start. They ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressor to solve us.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention, you gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it on the count of 3. Let's go.
When is my people gon' stop that hate? Look in the mirror, realize you great. But we always argue with our brothers, but is others gon' take our place? Stay in tune and stay on top. About who for us and about who not. Just green light the black economy. Then watch all the shooting gon' stop. To my black people in power, just remember who put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario or not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided before we gotta evolve. We confidence you with it before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be the
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention, you gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it on the count of 3. Let's go. What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lies? Who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide. See what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it on the count of 3. Let's go.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people, for the black people, for the black people, for the black people. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people, 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 for the black people. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it.
WISTV PM.
live
from What's in It for the Black Media Studio. You're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
Happy Sunday, everybody. We are live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. This is the Kickoff Kickback officially kicking off.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. With my brothers, the one and only Eugene McIntosh. We are the co-founders of the Bigs Media. And you already know we got our man Herb Howard joining us from I Said What I Said. What's going on,
happening,
brother?
man? Look, Mama, I had to text my mama to tell her to turn it on because I'm on with the Bigs, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to be talking sports with y'all, man. Y'all done put so many numbers up on the board over the years, man. Y'all done put on for the city in a very unique way, unlike any other that's from where we from, man. I appreciate it. It's an honor. It's a pleasure, man. We finna get it popping. This finna be a blast.
Man, that means a lot coming from you, man. You know me and Gene put in the work. Happy to be doing something a little special on Sundays to get people ready for their NFL games.
Yeah.
No Bears this week, but we're going to be talking all of Week 7, making our picks, talking a little bit of fantasy football and everything. But first, I want to check y'all temperature since we done pulled y'all into the studio on Sunday. I know y'all usually got y'all own thing going, getting ready for the games and everything. So let's go ahead and kick it off by talking about what do y'all do to kick back on NFL Sundays?
I don't know. I guess normally on a Sunday, I get up, in a regular word, I get up, I go to church early, right? I try to get my church in early so I can be out that joint in time for the football games, right?
Yes,
so my
sir.
church do like a 7:30 service and 11 o'clock service. I don't rock with the 11 o'clock because you don't get out of that joint till like 2.
Yeah, after the game.
Right, so I go to the 7:30. I'm out of there about 9:30. I grab me some breakfast, figure out what I'm going to be drinking for the games, get to the crib. If it's nice enough, I'm going to hop on the grill outside, have my little beers going, have my little cocktail going. I'm going to kick back and watch the game. I prefer to watch the game either at the crib, you know what I'm saying, just watching it, or like at the game. I don't really like to go places where it's a lot of people because it's a personal thing for me. I be like real into it. I'm not all the distractions and all that shit. I'm supposed to be having football parties.
I feel
I ain't
that.
here for the football party. I'm trying to watch this game.
Yes, sir. Gino.
All right, we share the same sentiment, man. I echo that sentiment, bro. I'm either at the crib or at the game. You know, me and T been credentialed for the last 5 or 6 years. So, I mean, he did most of the years. We split a year. It was cool, but it took away. It's hard to explain.
Yes.
Like, it's hard to explain, but I would, you know, being in that press box, you kind of limited. I mean, because obviously when you get there, you're not a fan anymore. You're reporting on the game, and you have to
No cheering in the press box.
no cheering.
And
You know, you got to be just kind of straight up. But I'm totally with you. I don't like football parties, especially Bears parties, because it's a personal thing for us. We bearing down. It's been our thing for years. So I'm either at the crib, the guys come through, we roll up, everybody bring a 6, and we pour up, and we just get it in, man. And it's crazy.
That's a perfect Sunday to me, man. That's a perfect Sunday to me because I'm not trying to be in, like, I like to rewind the play every now and then. I'm watching the left guard pull around and do some shit. Like, I ain't just watching the ball. And so the stuff that be going on at football parties, I can't really get with it, man. It's too intimate of an experience for me.
Period. And you know how I do it, G. I got the setup. I got the game on the big TV. Then I got my iPad with the bootleg cable hooked up. Watching all the other games so I can keep an eye on my fantasy players and what they doing for the week and all of that.
Right.
But y'all know me, man. You know, especially on a Sunday where the Bears don't play, they play the next. Oh, I can turn it up a little bit. I'm rolling up extra.
Right.
I may have a few treats in the
that
oven. Exactly. We gonna go ahead and get a little spacey on this Sunday. But usually, man, I'm trying. You know, I'm usually at the game, getting ready to cover the guys.
Yeah.
Getting ready to see if the Bears are gonna take another loss, but that's not the case this year. These guys are playing well.
Yeah.
Looking to go 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the guys are about to pull up and bring a pizza, some wings or something. Yeah. So I'm in the boat with y'all, going hard.
But I also it's nothing like an entire football Sunday. Football from 12 to about 10:30.
Can't beat it.
Even when I was covering the games, I'm trying to come home and catch the second half of the Sunday night. You did,
Right?
I mean, the whole stretch of the the NFL, the whole day is what we really take in. I need it until I go to sleep.
It's nothing like a Sunday with a bunch of good matchups. You get that early game, that noon game. They got some good matchups. But if that second slate got good matchups, that 3 o'clock, 3:15 kickoff,
and it usually does.
It does.
I
prefer
prefer that AFC, that KC versus
Patriots.
Yeah, one of those.
Move, yeah,
one of them 3 p.m. joints. That'll lead you right into that
Sunday night football.
Sunday night Dallas versus Philly,
the Eagles,
or one of them joints.
Man,
somebody gonna win that division.
Somebody has to win.
Somebody has to win the NFC
the
East.
NFC least.
The NFC least.
Come on, G. It's pretty terrible in the NFC East.
And they're gonna host the playoff game.
I'm wondering if the Bears can find a way to get a first round matchup with an NFC East team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be smooth, right? If we end up in the wild card, if the Packers win the division, which they tend to, we end up with one of the wild cards. We might have to go to a Philly or a Dallas for a playoff game against a 6-10 playoff team or something like that. Either us or like the Bucks or something like that.
Because the NFC East team is definitely gonna get in with an under 500 record.
So who's lead? Is it 2 wins leading the NFC East? Or
I think
is it 3?
I think the Cowboys they 2-4.
Yeah, man, and they lost Dak. The Eagles are right there with the tie.
Yeah, they
tie
2-4-1 or something like
got
that.
They both got 2 wins.
Yeah.
But see, now, I'm going to throw something at y'all because this is the craziest part to me as far as this season goes. We was talking about getting football all day, right?
Yeah.
We've been getting football all week because of the pandemic. We've been getting Monday night football.
Tuesday night football.
Thursday and the Sunday. It's really been like the NFL's, it's been a dream of theirs. You know what I mean? Like, I know we're in a pandemic, but if I could throw some football.
Let me find out Roger Goodell started the pandemic. Let me find out.
It's like, y'all said I couldn't take over the whole week. Watch this. Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, too, because when I'm looking up and down the schedule today, I'm like, why does it seem like it's less games? And I'm like, because it was a game. The Chiefs played at 4 o'clock on Monday.
Before Muggs got off work, bro.
4 p.m.
Okay.
I said, whoa,
what's going on?
Yeah, and then like you said, Tuesday, Thursday. It's like, it's kind of weird, but hey, I'm not tripping.
I ain't mad.
I'm not tripping.
It's a whole different kind of thing going on because I'm like, usually I wake up, I'm checking to see who's going to be out, any surprises. Yeah. Now I'm checking to see if anybody caught COVID overnight.
That's crazy.
And they're going to end up on a COVID list. I got to drop Mugs because they caught COVID now.
I was watching it last night when I was flipping through. I was watching Saturday Night Live and just flipping. Then I get to ESPN and you see the ticker at the bottom, and that's exactly what you said. It's like such and such out, COVID symptoms. I'm saying, whoa. Because remember in the Major League Baseball season this year when we were on those Cubs and Sox pressers, they said they didn't have to, they could just say,
the name.
Exactly. It was just out or injured.
Right.
Not that, but
that
you like,
COVID,
it's like,
right.
well, we
COVID
figured.
list, y'all.
Exactly.
And then who was the first person that caught COVID this year? I feel like, come on, Cam. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cam was the first COVID case in the NFL.
Yeah, he was the first one to miss the game like that because of COVID.
Wow, boy.
Yeah.
It might be them fits.
He get them from all over the place.
Exactly. Cam is out here. You know what I mean? Man, but yeah, so that's a whole new thing to this season.
Man.
You know what I mean? I feel like for the Bears to be winning, in spite of all of that, they ain't been touched by the COVID bug yet, even though they played the Panthers. And they had a few issues after the game.
Yeah, the Panthers had some issues after the game, so there were some concerns with the Bears. And then you had that scare this week where Akeem Hicks was out sick.
Yeah,
and
sick.
So anytime anybody say I'm sick, it's like,
crazy.
He got COVID.
Crazy.
He got the stomach bug where he got a little cold or something like that.
Right.
And so he was out, and so there was a lot of concern going around. Like, does Akeem Hicks have COVID? Is something wrong with him? Yeah, one of the teams, was it the Eagles? Their whole offensive line?
Yeah.
Was it the Eagles? I think it might have been the Eagles. Their whole offensive line had to close them down because one of their offensive linemen tested positive. You know how old linemen are. They do everything together. All 5 of them, they go to the bathroom together. You know what I'm saying?
You see all of them.
Yeah, and it's funny because they always sit how they play, too. They always left to right. Left tackle, left guard. You know what I'm saying? They lockers like that. They always like that. So once one of them had it, the other 4 had to kind of quarantine. Apparently, they're okay. They still got to test today to make sure they can play. But it's crazy. Unprecedented.
And that's kind of weird because I feel like the way the NFL is handling it is kind of exactly how, at least early on, we were told not to handle it. They told us if you have COVID symptoms, then you got to be gone for 14 days. NFL players are playing in 2 or 3 days.
You got to quarantine for 14 days unless it's about the bag. Unless you an NFL
Unless the
player
bag is on the
or
line,
you Nick
okay.
Saban, because Nick Saban had positive tests on Wednesday.
And was
Come on.
Saturday, I don't have COVID, fam.
They put the camera on him a couple of times. He didn't look too good to me, man.
Nah, man.
It looked like every time they turned to him, it looked like he had just got done coughing or something. I'm like, come on, Nick. Come on, man.
You know Nick Saban part of that 1%, man. So he got
for
whatever
sure.
drugs Donald Trump got to be up out of
Nick Saban
Nick
had
Saban
him
got
had
him.
him on
man.
call.
Yeah.
Nick Saban got him.
And it was the Las Vegas Raiders offensive line
Okay,
that had the
okay,
COVID. But
yeah.
then John Gruden and what's the Saints head coach?
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. They said no, because I think they play today, Vegas and the Saints. So
No,
they said,
the Vegas plays.
Vegas
I think
played Tampa.
Yeah,
It's
Tampa.
Tampa. It's the
Okay.
John Gruden
Okay.
Bowl again.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I remember when he went back when he left the Raiders, go to Tampa Bay, then he beat the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
Jerry
then
Rice
now he
in it.
back with the Raiders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
And he got that life. I feel like in the NFL terms, a 10-year contract, which Gruden, that's a lifetime.
That's a
contract.
lifetime deal right there.
You feel me? If you can stick around for 10 years as a coach, GM.
Yeah.
Well, they know what
Yeah,
they're
I mean-
doing with John Gruden, man. It's just not about his X's and O's. He's
Mr. Marketable.
Man, such a character. I fucking love John Gruden.
Me
to
too.
be honest with you.
Me too.
Yeah, he was doing those quarterback, those
Yeah.
When he
rookie
tried to
quarterback
tell
Gruden
you,
quarterback camp?
when he tried
Yeah.
to tell y'all about Mitch,
he did try to tell us about Mitch. He was like, hey, some of those reads, fam,
Can't do that.
not NFL-ish. You feel me? So, but then I feel like, Gruden represents that age of coach where they use TV to get back into the game. He was the Monday night football guy.
Yeah.
But, before Tony Romo, I feel like John Gruden was that guy
He was
that
guy.
in the broadcast booth. And now he was just itching to get back to the game.
Uh-huh.
It's like, all right, you kept the seat warm. Now you back in, with the Raiders, have a good time, do your thing. I'm sure he was keeping tabs on Tom Brady from the booth and everything. I'm sure he can't wait to get it in today versus him. So
You start a new franchise in Vegas, you need the most popular head coach available. That was
Yeah.
John Gruden. It makes
Absolutely.
sense. It makes sense.
man, let's go ahead and jump into our first break. We still got to pay bills on Sunday morning. This is the Kickoff Kickback at West Center for the Black People Media Studios.
yes, sir.
Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
You're listening to The Bigs with Eugene, McIntosh, and Terrence Tomlin.
He's bare-chested, banging.
Right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIIFTBPM. WII.
You're listening to The Bigs with Eugene, McIntosh, and Terrence Tomlin.
He's bare-chested, banging.
Right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Shout out to everybody tuned in to the Sunday Kickback. We are live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. Kicking it with my brothers Herb Howard and Eugene McIntosh.
You
I'm
know
Terrence Tomlin.
What's good?
Hey, man,
What's good, Gene?
the rules don't change, bro.
Let them know. Run it
We
down.
got Herb in the building, and I know Herb know the rules because it's the same what I said. What I
Indeed.
said, man, we need y'all to smash the like button, smash the comment button,
Do it.
smash that share button, man. We need y'all to. You hear Herb with the ad libs, man?
Yes, laying the tracks underneath you. I fuck with it. Yes,
Man,
sir.
you got to get your weight up over there, man. Herb got the ad libs going on this side. But yeah, man, just like Herb and Two say, man, just continue to join and follow the conversation. We enjoy all of the What's in It for the Black People Media family, man. Y'all make this whole demonstration what it is. We wouldn't be here if
Facts.
it wasn't for the people, man. So
Period.
we got to shout them out as much as possible. And also, I see the stars coming. Mama Howard sending stars.
Appreciate
John
you.
Cooper.
Yes.
Cassandra Taylor. Chris Williams. who else, man? I see a lot of stars out there. We appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all so very, very
always.
much. Look, brother, before we go any farther, man, it is the kickoff, man. So, the kickback, man. So, look, let me start this thing off properly, man. I want to say, cheers to you, brothers, man. I gotta hold my. They ain't cutting no checks, so I gotta cover up the logo. They ain't cutting no checks.
Nothing free at West Center for the Black
They ain't
People.
cutting no
Network.
checks, so we ain't showing no logos yet. But man, cheers to y'all, man. We're gonna make it dope, man. Let's kick it off the right way and look forward to many weeks of great football talk every Sunday, man.
Let's do it, brother.
Indeed.
Yes,
Yeah, come on. We gotta hit that.
You hear it? You
Yeah.
hear it? It's real. Yes, sir.
Some good mics.
With that said,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
the guys on the lakefront are trying to go 6-1. Not today, but they got the Monday night stage.
Indeed. Prime
versus
time.
the prime time. Everybody's gonna be watching the Bears versus Los Angeles Rams Monday Night Football. I want to check y'all temperature, man. We don't have to worry about it or be stressed today, but tomorrow night is on and popping, man. How are y'all feeling?
Man, the Bears have had this is the third year in a row. I think we've had a primetime game against the Rams. It's just kind of how the schedule has worked out the past 3 years, and so it's good to have another one. I think the Bears won in 18, the Rams won in 19. We'll see how it goes this year. But I'm excited, man. The Bears have gotten off to a surprisingly good start. Nobody really foresaw them jumping out to a 5-1 start. I thought they would do it. I remember before the season, we sat in the studio and downstairs we picking guys like, they're going to win this match. Y'all like, not going to win 5-6 games.
I don't even want to
Right,
run
we had
back
five, I think somebody may have had 6 wins. I think T might have had 6, but me and Showtime
they
had
about to
5.
blow my prediction out the water.
Yeah, so they've come out and got off to a really, really good start. I think it gives them some cushion. All right, they beat up on some teams that you're supposed to beat up on. Quite honestly, the Giants, the Falcons, those aren't the Lions. They aren't good football teams right now. So they were able to pad their record with some early wins, which is going to help them because the schedule's going to turn now. Right, you got some tough games coming up. The weather's going to change a little bit. You'll have to be able to rely on the running game, which we haven't been able to do that much this year. So it's good they got off to a good start because now with a 5-1 record, even if they go 500 the rest of the way, I don't predict that. I don't expect that. But even if they go 500 the rest of the way, they're sitting at 10-6 with a pretty good chance of going to the playoffs.
That's playoff football, especially in NFC. What is it? NFC Central?
NFC North.
NFC North, yeah. And with
that's
Green
the
Bay
baseball in you.
Yeah, that NL Central, man, is stuck. It's embedded in me. You know what I'm saying? But no, I agree with you, Herb. 5-1 to start the season is definitely. I think they've exceeded expectation for 99% of the fan base.
Sure.
And like you said, you gotta. Me and T talk about this all the time. It's like you gotta beat those teams. I mean, you play who's on your schedule, so it's like whatever. Atlanta, Detroit.
Any given Sunday,
you gotta beat those guys if you're trying to get better week by week, and the Bears have definitely shown that. But again, the defense has shown that they're championship caliber.
Absolutely.
From here on out, and just like you said, now this is the meat of the schedule. The next 5 or 6 weeks, the Rams, the Saints, the Packers,
it gets tough.
the Titans.
It gets tough.
This is the meat of the schedule. And like you said, I'm not expecting them to wow me, but if they can just hold base and maybe 2-2, 3-2, then I can say, okay, here we are. But it's like up to this point, man, every week, like tomorrow, Aaron Donald is going to be itching.
He's thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
And you've heard him say, through the week, he's never sacked Nick Foles. So Nick Foles and going crazy tomorrow is high on his list of things to do.
Yeah. Right.
But here's what intrigues me about the Bears and why I feel like every week I buy in a little bit more. I feel like they get better at all 3 phases every week so far.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with Nick Foles has been better. His first 2 starts, I'm excited to see what he can do against this Los Angeles Rams defense that took an L last week on the Sunday night stage versus the 49ers. So I know that they're going to be looking to bounce back, but I feel like, we have a defense that continues to rise to the occasion. I don't think they fear that Rams offense. I feel like they're looking at Jared Goff and Darnell Henderson, the running back over there. Like, if we can be physical and put the kind of pressure that we've been putting on quarterbacks and offense the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
This is going to be another opportunity to win if Nick Foles can be the quarterback that they need him to be and not make too many mistakes to make those clutch throws.
That's it.
6-1, you'll be sitting pretty. And I feel like when you get to those 6 wins, now you're like, okay, I need 3 more wins to get into that playoff picture and lock it in. You really start kind of counting down to see.
Kind of like a magic number type deal.
Exactly, like a magic number situation. If they can get to 6 wins before the first half of the season mark, come on, we just got to sit back and be thankful.
I agree 100%.
I feel fans have put a lot of pressure on these guys are they the worst 4-1? Are they the worst 5-1 team? And they stay winning.
You know my saying. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good.
Yeah, and honestly, in football, hey, a win is a win. It's hard to get wins in the NFL.
Oh, it is.
Period. You ain't apologizing for no W's. I don't care how they came, last second, whatever. I don't care if we down a dub, whatever. How they came, you got to win. And in this league, it's hard to get. And so you appreciate it no matter who they come from or how they come. I do think that it's important for Matt Nagy and the entire staff to just understand the Bears' formula for winning football games. That's what I admire about Bill Belichick. He don't really give a shit how they go about winning the games. Right? It doesn't really matter to him. We can pass it 50 times. We can run it 50 times. Right. I don't really care how this thing goes. He figures out what the strength of his team is, and then he uses everything else to complement that. And I think that sometimes for especially young coaches, they come up with this idea, I'm an offensive genius or I'm a defensive genius, whatever it is, and so that's how we're going to play football. Well, this roster and this team dictates that you play through the defense.
Exactly.
And so everything that you do offensively and special teams need to be done with the mind of complementing the defense, right? And getting them the rest that they need, not keeping them on the field too long, those types of things. And so if Matt Nagy and the offensive staff can humble themselves enough to say, okay, we're not carrying this team. We got to help the defense. And then we can be just fine. Don't turn it over, run the ball, control the clock when you can, take points where they come. And a punt is a good thing. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Let me ask y'all, because you brought up Matt Nagy. I feel like after the last win, even though it was a win, people were saying, hey, Matt Nagy may have to pass the sticks on play calling. And if that's the case, what are y'all feeling about him going into this game? We saw him manage the clock terribly at the end of the game last week. And really, if it's any aspect of the game that I feel the Bears haven't got better in, it's play calling and coaching.
But see, you're talking about, when we talk about Matt Nagy, we're talking about two people. You're talking about the offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy, and then you're talking about the head coach of the football team, Matt Nagy. When he says that, the offense is terrible and we got to get this thing together, that's the offensive coordinator talking.
Right.
But then at the other end of the presser, when you hear him say we're 5-1,
right,
like you said, and like we all know, a win is a win. That's the head coach talking. So I think he gets caught up in both sides, which is understandable. But going back to what Herb said about a guy like Bill Belichick, who's shown over the years, even though he's had Tom Brady for 20 years, it goes back to what we used to talk about Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat organization, how Pat Riley is extremely, extremely great at hiding his players' weaknesses and getting the best out of their strengths. And I think going back to what you said about, okay, this is week 7. The offense ain't it. They can hold the fort, but the defense is what's winning us games. Right. So that's what Matt Nagy needs to work on, hiding the weaknesses of his team, which I told you, stop calling those Dude, the Bears have to be the worst screenplay team in all of football. I haven't seen them gain one positive yard on that screenplay. You got guys, you act like you got Tyreek Hill and those guys out wide. We got Allen Robinson, but you don't want Allen Robinson running behind in the backfield. We want him down the field in the slots. We want him cross. That's where we need him. So I think if Matt Nagy can calm down a little bit, get David Montgomery the ball. If the offensive line could get a piece of a push, that would give David Montgomery the ability to get 100 yards a game.
I promise you. It's like me playing Madden because I feel like I got to get a screenplay off. Even if it's the wrong time. Matt Nagy is definitely under that act.
I think the screen game is going to be critical this week specifically, though. I think you're going to see a lot of probably 2 tight end sets because I think they're going to have to use the tight ends to help chip on the edges because you need to be able to condense that offensive line and pack it in on Aaron Donald. Because if you don't pay Aaron Donald the proper amount of attention, he will wreck your day. He will ruin your entire game plan if you allow him to. So that has to be point number 1. So we got to use Cody Whitehair at center and both of those guards, whomever that's going to be.
Good luck.
Right?
Doubles on Aaron Donald all game.
You got to double Aaron Donald all game long, and then to do that, we don't have the tackles that are good enough to just leave them out there alone by themselves. So you got to set up some 2 tight end sets to kind of help them chip as well, and then off of that, be able to set up some tight end screens to get those defensive ends come up the field, dump some screens over their head, slow them down a little bit, hit some running back screens, some tight end screens. I think the screen game is important this week.
And don't forget, Jalen Ramsey is on the other,
problem
on the defensive end of the game, and he's going to take on Allen Robinson.
Okay.
It's time for the tight ends and the rest of the wide receiving core to get busy. I want to see David Montgomery in the passing game, like you said.
Yeah, got to. I like A-Rob. That's not a good matchup for him.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get a couple of big plays. That's what it's going to come down to.
And they're gonna let. See, when you set your standard early in your career and early each season, they're gonna let Jalen Ramsey play physical out there.
Oh, it's time.
So we gonna need to see. Now
it's
we
time,
need to
it's
see.
time to see what A-Rob can do.
Yeah, Pro Bowl level
Absolutely.
routes and all of that from A-Rob.
Let's go ahead and jump into our second break, y'all. Yeah, at the Kickoff Kickback, live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. Come back and I'm gonna shout out All Black.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all this, that dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies of the politicians. We need money, no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonya and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' start. They ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressor to solve us.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention, you gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it on the count of 3. Let's go.
When is my people gon' stop that hate? Look in the mirror, realize you great. But we always argue with our brothers, but is others gon' take our place? Stay in tune and stay on top. About who for us and about who not. Just green light the black economy. Then watch all the shooting gon' stop. To my black people in power, just remember who put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario or not.
WISTVPM.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
You can't lose that game last night. You didn't see that? Oh my God!
Gotta let him get his baseball off.
We're back at the kickoff. The kickoff kickback. It's rolling off the tongue.
I think the
Is
brew
it the
might
brew?
be kicking
Come
in,
on, it's
man.
not the brew,
It's the
man.
first one of the day.
It is not the brew
It's
yet.
too early for this guy. He don't get brewed up till noon, man.
But
It's
yeah,
the
you
brew,
right,
dog. It's the brew.
That's what it is, man.
I'm still off the first day of the day. I can't front it. Usually by 1 o'clock, I'm clear and I'm ready for the
see
interview.
his jacket, don't you?
Oh, come on,
Indeed.
y'all can't see the back, but it's a life in Sunday. Come on.
Indeed.
Hey, shout out to the black officiating crew that was handling the Michigan and Minnesota game yesterday.
Yeah.
You don't see that often. Usually they try to fit in one black official, maybe a woman official.
Try to spread it out.
But but I feel like with the temperature of today, they had to go ahead and give us an all-black officiating crew, and I didn't hear any complaints. That's always, as an official, you want to lead a game without people pissed at you.
Right. No, it was dope to see. It was a great visual that they had. They took some really, really cool pictures. Shout out to LG Girard for mentioning that, man. That's definitely something we want to acknowledge. It was a super, super dope thing to see. We'd like to see more of it.
Absolutely.
In other sports,
you don't see it, Gene.
You don't never see
Hey,
it.
man. Major League Baseball. Y'all know I'm giving y'all all the heat. I love Major League Baseball. I still think, who's the commissioner? I don't even want to say
Rod
it.
Manfred.
Who? The idiot.
That dude.
Right. You know, I'm on his heels. I love Major League Baseball, but MLB, man, can you watch all of the rest of the professional sports and notice what's going on and keep up with the culture? Because I watched the World Series last night, and I didn't see one black umpire, man. Not one, unless y'all going to count Laz Diaz as black. I mean, in reality, he is
a person of color.
No, man. MLB, come on with it. But did y'all see that game last night?
I had to catch the replays yesterday, man. I was leaning on you because I'm like, first of all, I haven't really watched baseball since the Cubs and White Sox went out anyway.
Well, let me be honest with you, man. I was just me being a baseball lover that I am, I kept in tune with the playoffs after both of our teams were eliminated. But I'm with you. I didn't watch any full games. I figured I knew the Tampa Bay Rays were gonna be, in the World Series, and the Dodgers are in the World Series every year. So I figured I would just wait until the World Series. But man, dude, when first of all, I bet you neither one of you guys can tell me one player on the Tampa Bay Devils roster.
No,
that's not Blake Snell either.
I was going Blake Snell.
No,
I can't say Blake Snell.
Hell no.
Former Cy Young winner.
No.
Come on.
I got nothing for you on that. Is Evan Longoria still on their team?
I'm about to say, how far
there
can we go back?
Game over. No, he's not.
He got to be his kid on there or something these days. I can't tell you. I saw a Japanese player.
They got 2.
And I was thrown all the way off.
They got 2.
So the Dodgers lost last night. They got a chance of still hanging on to the series. It's 2-2 now, right?
It's 2-2 now. It should be 3-1. And that's a game that you have to win. And you know what we always say, T, the World Series, you have to play whoever plays the cleanest brand of baseball is going to win.
Sure.
And first of all, Dave Roberts, you're a tweak, bro. I hate to go in on the brother, man.
You voted for him.
I voted for him for NL Manager of the Year last year.
You get the vote in BBWAA.
He jagged me.
Which is major.
Yeah, shout
Let's
out.
not gloss over that, bro. That's major.
Yeah, everybody say that's major.
Shout out
you got
to
an
the
official vote for Manager of the Year.
In 2 or 3 years, I'll be able to vote for the Hall of Fame. I'll be able to take my talents to South Beach like
Salute,
LeBron
my
did.
brother.
Yes, no doubt.
Go ahead. Wrap your point. We have to get your baseball in because we know how you feel.
Fam, you have to win those games, man. First of all, Dave Roberts is a tweak. He's the reason that they're going to lose the series.
I saw him after the clincher saying it was their year.
Yeah, it was until last night. He's way too passive as a manager. You got to be locked in and know your players and let them go at this point of the season. He took out Jose Urias too early. Then the last play of the game, Randy Arozarena, however the hell you say his last name, who set the record for most home runs in the postseason. He got 9 now. Man on first and second. Single up the middle.
Uh-huh.
Chris Taylor bobbles the ball in the center field.
I saw that.
So it was going to be 6-5. It was going to be a 6-6 ball game. Chris Taylor bobbles the ball in center field. Randy Arozarena rounds third. He's gonna hold up at third. When he sees Chris Taylor bobble the ball in center field, third base coach waves him around. Randy Arozarena gets halfway home, trips, falls down. The throw comes into home. I think Will Smith was the catcher. Will Smith, it's like bang, bang at the plate. So Will Smith tries to catch the ball and turn to make the tag. Loses the ball. Randy Arozarena is on his way back to third after he gets up. He sees this guy drop the ball. He turns and sprints home and just dives on the. He didn't even slide. He dove onto home plate.
Now that's wild, Joe.
For the W. The wildest, probably the wildest World Series game that I might have ever seen in my life.
Let me tell you. I want to. Speaking of people tripping. Did you see Daniel Jones in the Thursday game?
Now, you knew damn well when he saw daylight,
he wasn't going to make it.
You knew that flat tire was coming. Come on, y'all.
Joe. Like, what is the turf monster?
The man could have had, it was like a 90-something yard run. Ended up being like an 80-yard run. You could have had a 90-something yard touchdown. Nobody's in front of you. The turf monster's got him, man.
Man, so come on, Joe. I feel like that can't, like you said, that can't happen ever, especially in the World Series.
Devil Rays in 7, man.
Woo.
Okay.
Come on, they got Mookie Betts. Mookie is gonna do something special to change the tide.
That's
why they paid him. I know he
so.
had the big catch last. I did see that, but Mookie is gonna win a game for the Dodgers.
We gonna see how that go. We'll see. We gonna see if they don't win. Is it fireable for Dave Roberts?
Hell yeah!
Right.
I thought his ass was grass after last year.
Okay.
And then we won't. What it'll be like? Dusty will be the only black manager.
No, Dusty's ass is out too. Ain't gonna be no black managers next year. Let's keep it real.
Let's hop into this fantasy talk for the week for football, man.
Do we have some fantasy football players? What do y'all get?
Y'all rock with the fantasy football game?
That's why I turned in for the fantasy picks, man.
You
I gotta pick my squad, man.
You gotta pick your squad.
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta get their picks in. They only got about an hour
left. What's going on?
Y'all
Done went. Now y'all got to be careful with Gene, man. Gene is I'm honored that here we got the ultimate. We got a baseball writer.
Yeah,
he got official vote.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But y'all know this is kickoff, kickback, yo. So we got to get back to the football because I got to get my lineup set.
Look, I know the people that's been getting their lineup. Y'all been up since 7:30, 8 o'clock, checking to see any news, who's hurt, who got COVID. Who didn't made it through the waiver wire? Did my waiver claim go through? That shit go through at 3 a.m. I'm up like
fellas, I do
I'm
have
good.
a question. How are you managing with the COVID updates, right? Like I went skinny on my quarterbacks, and then I got Cam Newton, and Cam gets so now I'm on the waiver wire looking for a quarterback. I was gonna pick up Habert.
Justin Herbert from the Chargers.
I was gonna pick him up, and I messed up, and I think I picked somebody else, and now this dude is
Didn't
throwing.
work out.
But y'all, this COVID thing is throwing my whole picks off every morning because I don't know what to do.
Yep.
What you got for me?
First of all, you better be going to your league manager like, hey, we need a couple more open roster spots.
Injury reserve.
We need some special COVID, situations to address what's going on. But I feel like that's what somebody is going through in a fantasy league every single week. I was wondering if I was going to have to pick up another kicker because Justin Sly from the Panthers was on that COVID list. He just got his second negative test yesterday, so he is going to be able to play. But I was looking at, if he didn't go, I was looking at Santos from the Bears.
Who's playing well right now?
And I usually try to get at least one Bears player on my team.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do that this year, and I'm sitting in first place though. So I'm like, okay, maybe
I
it's
don't
a
need
good
none.
thing.
Right.
Should I add a Bears player and mess up my whole run right now? But I didn't have to do that because Justin Sly is playing. But look, I want to jump into the waiver wire real quick because there's really only one person.
Who's out there?
Come on. Y'all know the news of the week. Antonio Brown, the wildest mug to ever play wide receiver, is back in the league with Tom Brady.
Wild as he may be, he is as talented as anybody that ever played the position.
Period.
AB got like the most in like the last. Up until his last game, I think AB had the most catches of any receiver in NFL history in like a 5-year
Over a 5-year stretch.
Yeah.
The man is a monster.
I got a question, you guys, though, because I think we saw this with the season. Was it the system, right? Is it the system? Because he was a Pittsburgh Steeler, right?
Yeah.
And we saw everybody that leaves the Steelers, once they leave, it's like they was all world. Didn't we see the same thing with Le'Veon Bell? So I guess my question is he going to be able to perform?
I'm looking forward to Tom Brady and Antonio Brown simply because we saw that before he left the league the last time
in New England,
Tom Brady had a lot of trust in him. And when Tom Brady trusts you, those numbers are shooting through the roof. Yeah. I feel like he was just too much of a head case. We saw when he left the league, the man was doing videos at some mansion, throwing money around. It's just football wasn't on his mind.
I think the man is a head case, but I think ultimately this time away has had to humble him at least a little bit.
It's been quiet. We haven't heard his name as much.
Yeah, you got a Hall of Fame. You got arguably the best quarterback to ever do it. You got Gronk. There should be some opportunities for you. Mike Evans is going to require a double team. He should get some favorable matchups whenever he's able to return. And the way he runs route, the way he catches footballs, I think he's going to be a huge upgrade for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense.
And I'm sure that he stayed in tip-top shape.
Oh, come on.
That's something.
That's the least.
The work ethic and those
him.
type of things, I think that's what you don't have to worry about, AB. But I also think, Tom Brady being who he is, I'm pretty sure. Who's the head coach in Tampa?
Bruce Arians.
Offensive guy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure he pulled Tom Brady to the side, got his input, and said, hey, man, before we make this decision, go holler at AB, make sure he's on his square, and then we're going to let you, that'll be your science project for the rest of the season.
It's funny because Bruce Arians actually said early on in the week that there's no chance that we're picking up Antonio Brown. He said it's just not going to happen.
Smoke screen.
A couple days later, Tom Brady reached out.
So when is he eligible?
He's going to be eligible in week 9.
Week 9, yep.
Which means that you better go pick him up
go pick him up. If he's available in your league, go pick him up because he's going to put up numbers.
If he's not available, if he's available, that means your league is sleep.
Yeah, go pick him up.
Okay, I picked him up like 2 days ago.
Okay.
And I got all kind of hate DMs, text messages like, it's the Terrence up messing with his lineup
early and not late.
I got the Schefter tweets on notifications.
You went right in,
I need to know what's going on.
That's almost insider trading, bro.
Hey, did you see that Schefter added him to his roster before he tweeted it out? Come on, fam.
That lets you know what this fantasy is about. If
it's
you
real.
Got the
you need to drop him back into the wild,
you
man.
got the number one analyst, NFL analyst.
Busting fantasy moves.
Busting fantasy moves before he break the news.
Before he break the news, G, get out. That's a penalty, G. We need some of that fair back, fam.
So just in general, man, I love fantasy football. It's fun. I only played it once though. Right, I played it one season, and I had a really, really good team. I actually won my league, but I hated the way that it made me watch the games.
Yep.
And so I haven't played fantasy football since, because when I played, it was a minute ago. This was my team. I had Calvin Johnson on my team. I had Adrian Peterson on my team.
This was the heyday in fantasy football. Yeah.
And so I got all these cats in here who they in the Bears division, right? Both of them in the Bears division. So I'm watching the Bears play the Vikings. I'm like, I hope AP get 2 touchdowns and
you
we
rooting
win.
for the other guy.
I hope Calvin Johnson go for like $150 a touchdown and the Bears win. And so it was just making me watch the game so weird. I was like, I can't do it, man. It was just weird. I win my fantasy game and the Bears will lose because I won my fantasy. So I'm sitting there confused for the rest of the day. Like, am I happy or am I sad about this? I don't know. So I ain't like it. So I haven't been playing, but it's super fun though. Super fun.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I'm gonna tell you, sports betting, that along with fantasy will ruin everything for you, man. It's the absolute worst, Herb. Dude, let me do.
You said
Penn State, Joe. Bow, Penn State. I had a 12-game parlay last night.
Oh, that would have paid you what?
A 12 game.
That would have paid you what?
12 games.
That would be big money, G.
Penn State checked me like $15.
Hey, come on, man.
That's awful. That's awful.
You know how it goes. You know how them parlays go.
Down?
No, not a parlay, a 12-game one.
But you see that I feel like that's how fantasy is.
It is 100%.
Because I'm running a daily fantasy, so I'm looking at matchups like crazy. I'm looking at who's gonna have the biggest week, and I'm trying to see if I got enough to afford this play. It's tough, and like you said, I'm almost always like playing both ends of it. I want this guy to play well, but this team to lose. It's tough.
It's tough.
It is, man. It's bad, man.
It's bad, y'all. Hey, let's jump into another break, man. Yeah, at the Kickoff Kickback live from the West End for the Media. West End for the Black People Media Studios.
Now, when y'all come back, y'all gonna be hitting these picks because everybody's trying to figure out who they gonna be picking. So when y'all come back,
where to put your bets at?
It's time to pick a side, y'all.
Don't be betting now, though. We don't want to be responsible for no beatdowns.
Yeah, y'all go holler at Bump J OnlyFans page if y'all want to get some wages.
Hey, Bump need his ass whooped. Shout out to these
for 50 a month. You can talk to him, man. Hey, it's the Kickoff Kickback.
For the black people, for the black people, for the black people. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people. 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 What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. For the black people. 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 For the black people.
WIFTBPM.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio. You're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. Let's begin now.
You are at the Kickoff Kickback. We are kicking it live from the West End for the Black People Studios. It's time to get those picks in. Week 7, it's time to pick a side. No more standing in the middle. Let's see how y'all are feeling.
Indeed.
Y'all ready to jump into it?
Let's do it, man. Let's run them down.
Got your picks up? Y'all, are the viewers, y'all ready? Let's go ahead and get it. First game of the day. Coming up in about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Tennessee Titans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got to write this down so we can keep a running record. We got to keep a running record every week to see how we do.
I'm going to run this back, and I'm going to keep up our records for us. So we can go ahead and do this.
All right, you say who first?
Pittsburgh versus the Steelers. And I'm just going to precursor this by saying I'm always standing on the side of a Tomlin. Come on.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, I'm repping, I'm still it out. Come on.
They both undefeated, right?
He definitely my favorite coach. They both undefeated?
They've been getting busy this year. Ben Roethlisberger and that offense. Even
Ben Roethlisberger,
that guy.
Facts.
But they're missing it. They've been missing a couple of wide receivers.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster hasn't been on shit. Deontay Johnson is coming back from injury, but Clarence Claypool, the rookie, has been huge.
Balling. He been balling. Listen, I love the Steelers. I love Mike Tomlin. He's my favorite coach in the league. I'm going with the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
Thank you, Herb. I'm definitely Tennessee -1.5. I'm definitely going with the Tennessee Titans, man. I'm looking for Derrick Henry, who's probably the most wicked running back since Bo Jackson with the combination of power and speed. I ain't never seen nothing. Did you see the run last week? Did you see the breakout and then the one Lamar Jackson's like 6?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
He had a higher top speed?
Yeah.
Yeah, the man's a monster. It's like
did he hit like 23 miles per hour? 22 something?
Lamar was like 21.2. Derrick Henry was like 22.7.
I feel like Lamar had it in kind of cruise control.
Yeah,
he was playing some bums.
But to be 6'3", 240 and be able to touch 22 miles per hour is unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever seen anything like that. But with that said, I'm going with the Steelers, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all two had the Titans. I'm going to stand on the island.
Okay, you dolo like that?
Okay. Next game, we got the Cowboys and the I almost called them the Redskins, but it's the Washington football team.
We ain't got to spend too much time on that. I'll take the Cowboys because somebody got to win.
I'm going with the Washington football team, that -1.
The Cowboys, after they lost Dak, looked terrible with Andy Dalton. I'm feeling like he's going to find a way to use all those weapons he got in Dallas somehow. Plus, I got CeeDee Lamb on my fantasy team.
I'm going for the Cowboys. It's always about the fantasy.
I'm going for the Cowboys in that game as well.
All right, Gino, you dolo on the football team.
Good luck with that one, man. They not looking too good. You see the way they did Dwayne Haskins.
You know how they do the black man.
Next game, man, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets.
Ain't nothing to talk about. If Buffalo don't win this by at least 17, they need their ass whooped.
Yeah, I feel like the Bills got to find a way to bounce back, and I don't know if the Jets going to win a damn game all year.
The Jets are definitely 0-5 or 0-6, so they'll continue their winless streak. Buffalo -10. I didn't take the -10, but of course I took the Buffalo Bills to win. But I'm pretty sure they'll beat them by 40.
They're going to cover that, man. We all on the Bills.
Panthers versus New Orleans. We got some get back in this game. Teddy Bridgewater.
The Bridgewater Bowl
was the highest paid backup for New Orleans.
Yep.
They didn't want him. They kept Taysom Hill and Drew Brees. Now he's over in Carolina. They coming off a loss to the Bears. How are y'all feeling?
In New Orleans, I'm going to go with the Saints. I know it's no fans, but the Dome is still the Dome.
They're down Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. And Emmanuel Sanders. They down.
Emmanuel Sanders not playing
too, right?
Yeah, both of those guys out.
I'm still going to go Saints.
Still got AK.
Still got AK.
Okay.
I'm still
we
going
talking
Saints.
about Andre Karolinko. We talking about Alvin Kamara. So I'm going, New Orleans, they -6.5. I didn't take the -6.5, but I definitely took
They might just pull it out by a field goal or something, but I got the Saints.
Yeah. That's tough for me because I actually like the Panthers, man. I feel like they ran up against a good defense yesterday, and Mike Davis has been going crazy. I'm feeling like he's going to have one of those put the team on my back type games.
Okay.
Because it may be the last time we see him before Christian McCaffrey comes back. I'm thinking that the Panthers are going to walk away with this W.
Okay, you dolo on that.
I'm dolo with that. I'm rolling with the Panthers. Y'all are rolling with the Saints. We'll see how they get down.
All right.
Next game, man. We got the Cheeseheads versus the Texans. The Texans have been getting it in since they dropped their head coach.
Yeah.
They having a lot more fun out there. Deshaun Watson and Will Fuller are developing a pretty significant relationship.
Yeah.
And then on the other end, you got the Green Bay Packers coming off getting their ass beat by Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
I can't understand for the life of me if you have any inkling that you might get rid of this head coach, how you would let him get rid of DeAndre Hopkins. That don't make any sense.
Set them back
He
years,
shouldn't have had
fam.
that kind of power 2 months ago. If
100%.
you had any idea of possibly firing him this year, you got rid of one of the top 5 receivers in the game.
Set them back years.
Football don't lie. They set them back years to Green Bay all day, man.
I definitely got the Pack. They are -3. I see people, Damon Patton. I see somebody else on here telling me, see, that's why your ass. Hey man, I'm trying to win this fair, man. Y'all can miss me with that NFC.
He coming at it different.
What is it? The NFC North? Y'all can miss
Right.
me with that. I'm trying to win this bread.
Right.
Green Bay -3, man.
Green Bay go win now.
Green Bay's not losing 2 straight,
I
especially
can't
not
see it.
to the Houston Texans. The Packers are going to get back in the win column this week.
We all on Green Bay.
Unfortunately, right?
Right.
Next game, Browns versus Bengals.
I'm gonna take the Browns, man. I'm gonna go out there and roll with Odell and the rest of the guys out there, see if they can get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Jarvis Landry, Baker, and the crew. They got the Browns -3. I think I took that -3 too. I think Cincinnati might have 1 win, 2 at the most.
They pushed the Colts to the brink. I thought they was gonna walk away with an upset victory. That was my upset pick last year. It didn't happen last week, but it didn't happen. I'm thinking they
You
can
pulling the
get
trigger
it.
on them this week
I
or
feel
what?
like the Browns are heading in the wrong direction. I don't believe in Baker Mayfield, even though I have Kareem Hunt on my fantasy team.
Okay.
I feel like he can put up numbers. I like Joe Burrows. I like T. Higgins. I like Tyler Boyd. And even though Joe Nixon is out, I like
The
Giovanni
fact that
Bernard.
you know all these guys.
Are you picking them?
I'm picking
You like
the
these
Bengals.
guys? Are you picking them to
I'm
win the
picking
game?
the Bengals for the second week in a row.
Okay.
I feel
well,
like
you going to be down for the second week in a row.
Hey, I'm liking
want
how
y'all
T
to
is
pay
rocking, man.
attention
He
to that
dolo
game.
again, man.
I want y'all to pay attention to that game. I
All
feel
right.
like Joe Burrows is knocking at the door. He's like, I'm next up, y'all.
So you dolo on the Steelers, dolo on the Panthers, and dolo on the Bengals.
Hey, come on.
Okay, I see you out
Dolo.
here.
Y'all
Let's
roll
get it.
Dolo from state to
I
state.
see you out here.
Come on. Next game, y'all. Jacksonville versus the Chargers. We got Justin Herbert, who Mays missed out on. He's turning into a decent quarterback versus Minshew, the mustache.
Mr. Mustache.
I'm going
Gardner
Chargers.
Minshew.
I'm going Chargers, man. That young kid Herbert out there has been showing some things since he's been in the lineup. I'm going with the Chargers.
Yes.
Yeah, they got the Chargers -7.5. I left that game alone, on the
Okay.
sports book. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking LA. But Gardner Minshew, man, that guy might come through and
You
just
can light
bust
it
your
up.
head open. Yeah,
It's like,
so,
okay, you're going to have 1 week where you go crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull it out, but I'll take the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers as well. Definitely like what they got going with their young quarterback. He's one of the guys that makes me wish, damn, I wish we had a young quarterback like that in Chicago.
Yeah.
But with that, like I said, I'm definitely going with the Chargers, y'all. That's one we're standing together on that.
Okay,
one. We're
everybody
brothers.
on the Chargers. Let's go.
Probably might be the game of the week, y'all. 49ers versus Patriots. 49ers and porn star Jimmy.
Porn star Jimmy.
This is some payback. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be next up behind Tom Brady. Ended up trading him to the 49ers. He was in the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
He's playing injured, but he has they're coming off a big win Sunday night.
Right.
The Patriots took a
terrible
nasty L last week, but
Yeah,
it was Cam Newton's first game
Yeah.
since coming back from COVID.
Yeah.
Who's gonna go ahead and snatch the W in this one, y'all?
I'm never gonna bet on Belichick losing back-to-back weeks, man. Belichick pissed off. I'm taking the Patriots in this one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was another game I left alone on the sports book, but I'm definitely not betting against Bill Belichick, so I would take New England. I'm looking for Scam to come up big this week.
I'm taking the 49ers, y'all.
Here you go
I'm
again,
liking,
man.
I'm liking Garoppolo
Jimmy G.
and George Kittle. I feel like
Love
he's
George
gonna have a
Kittle.
big game.
What's the
versus
defense
Patriots.
looking like?
Trash.
Okay.
And Raheem Mostert out.
Yeah.
Right,
But,
okay.
But Jared McKinnon is right there,
That's true.
and Mostert has been out a couple of
couple
games
of
this
games,
year.
yeah.
You
McKinnon's
feel that
played
they
well.
lost those games, but
Yeah.
I feel like Jimmy G is going to have a good game. I'm going with the 49ers, y'all. Patriots, Tom Brady's gone. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even, the Patriots, still feel weird saying that.
that. No, I hear you.
Sorry.
I hear you.
Sorry. What's next, y'all? We got a couple more games. KC versus the Broncos. It's a fucking snowstorm in Denver right now. They're playing with snow on the field, which means the NFL is officially here.
Yep.
Damn.
Who's going with this one, y'all?
I gotta go Chiefs. Even in the snow, I just don't think that the Broncos have enough firepower offensively to keep up with whatever the Chiefs are able to do on the scoreboard.
Well, goddamn, I wish I'd have known that it was snowing because I definitely took the over 44, which I still
might work.
think is possible. Yeah, but there's no doubt of taking Kansas City
A lot
-7.
of weapons with Kansas City. I think that's an easy one. We could all jump on the Kansas City train. 2 more games real quick. We got a little bit more time left. Seattle versus Arizona. Arizona, my favorite team so far this year. I love Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going with those guys.
Oh, I'm taking the Hawks, man.
Okay.
Definitely taking the Seahawks. I'm definitely looking at MVP Russell Wilson to take it home this year.
I'm thinking the Saints ain't going to be able to do anything with DeAndre Hopkins this week. That defense is terrible. Let's go ahead and jump into the last.
Before we get into the Bears game, we got two more games we skipped. The Lions and the Falcons.
I'm going with Atlanta, man.
I'm taking the Falcons too.
Yep.
I'm taking the Falcons
from last week.
I'm taking the Lions. The Falcons got one last week, but it was fool's gold. Lions are taking that one.
And the Chucky Bowl, Bucks versus Raiders.
Oh, I'm going Tampa Bay. Tom Brady or nothing.
I'm taking Tampa too.
Definitely taking Tampa. Tom Brady is warming up. He got AB. Him and Gronk went crazy last week.
You know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm going Raiders.
Oh, okay.
I'm going solo on the Raiders.
Okay, hey, I feel that's
Herb
not a
had
bad
to
pick.
get his solo demo in today.
Have to get one in.
I don't think that's a bad pick. I feel like the Raiders have a good chance to have a big game versus Tampa.
Last but not least.
Yeah, I'm sure we all. Yeah, come on.
Are we Bears around the table with this one?
Bear down.
Come on, Bears are definitely going 6-1, y'all. Simple as that.
But
hold
on, let me see.
He finna say that.
He's like, okay.
The Rams are -6.
Yeah, good.
They're coming off a loss to the 49ers. It's like, are they going to lose 2 straight?
Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. I mean, I'm Bears out, but I'm saying the -6.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from your perspective. It's like, whoo, I know the guys took the Bears. I'm going with the Bears in this one. I just feel like
I'm rolling with the Bears, man.
Feel like the Bears are a better team.
Bear down.
Bears.
6-1, first place.
That was the first edition of the Kickoff Kickback.
Yeah.
I'm your man T-Time. I'm riding with my brothers Herb Howard.
Herb is not an official member of the Bigs, man.
Come on, family.
Mama, I made it.
Hey, cuz, you better watch it back, man.
Cuz,
I said what I said.
You may not get your brother back.
Right, you might be solo on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, man.
We'll catch y'all next Sunday at 10 a.m., y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're live from the West End for the Black People Media Studio. Shout out to Maze Jackson for holding us down. Catch y'all next Sunday.
Peace.